everyone, welcome back to Rolling with Ellie. I am so excited to share this recipe with you. Homemade marshmallows. This is not only great for a tasty snack, it also makes for a great homemade gift, especially with the holidays rolling around. And also the link to my homemade graham cracker recipe is linked in the description below. Now, this is a very easy recipe. In addition to your ingredients and measuring items, you will need a KitchenAid or a hand mixer, and you will also need a candy thermometer, which you can get at any craft store, Walmart, or Amazon. All right, let's get started. The first ingredient that you will need is either 3 envelopes of plain gelatin or 2 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon that you want to sprinkle over into a half cup of cold water, and then mix it well and let it bloom, meaning let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, and if it sits a little longer, that's okay. In a medium saucepan that I had already poured 1 1/4 cups of corn syrup, I also added 1 1/2 cup of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a half cup of water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a medium to high heat so it can boil and reach 240 degrees. And that is going to take a few minutes. So in the meantime, I had oiled my pan, and you can either use oil or a spray. And I like to also oil the bottom of my parchment paper so it sticks and does not slide as much. So now while your sugar is still working on reaching 240 degrees, in your mixing bowl you can add 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla and your gelatin mixture, which has now gotten firm. But don't worry, because your KitchenAid, your whisk is going to break it up. So now that my sugar has reached 240 degrees on a low speed of 1, no higher than 2, I'm going to slowly pour my sugar mixture into my gelatin mixture. If you go faster than that, it's going to start to splash all on the sides of your bowl, and you'll lose a lot of that sugar, and you don't want that to happen. Once your sugar is completely poured into your bowl, you want to increase your speed, whether it be your KitchenAid or your hand mixer, to the highest speed, and you want to whip it for about 4 minutes, no more than 5. But the consistency that you want is like the marshmallow fluff. You don't want to have any peaks. This will allow you to get it out of your bowl faster and off of your whip easier, and you'll have less air bubbles on top. Now, if you do over whip it a little bit, it's okay. You can still use it. You just have to be really quick at getting it out of your bowl. And it may be a little hard to get it off your whisk and smooth out. So this right here is what you don't want. But like I said, if you do have this, it's not a waste. Just hurry up and stop your mixer and get it off and into your bowl as quickly as possible. So now with either an oiled bench scraper or a spatula, you want to pour it out into your either silicone bakeware or your glass bakeware or whatever it is that you're using, and smooth it out as soon as possible. You don't have to really rush, but you want to be a little bit quick. And also the spatula I'm using here, I had oiled as well. I do like hand sprayed better, but I did not have any, so I ended up just using regular oil. So now I'm just smoothing it out as best as I can. And remember that you are going to flip it over and cut it. So I do try to get mine as even as possible, but it doesn't have to look all perfect and pretty, because this is going to be the bottom. Now what you want to do is top this off with a nice generous layer of powdered sugar, and you're going to let this sit for about 6 to 8 hours uncovered. If you're not going to use it right away, then you can store it in an airtight container. Okay, so now we're gonna get ready to cut our marshmallows. So in a medium to large bowl, you wanna add a half cup of cornstarch and a half cup of powdered sugar. This is what we're going to use after we chop them to help them not stick to each other. I use a silicone cake pan, but you can use a glass or a tin, and you just want to loosen your marshmallows from the sides. So I did dust my cutting surface again, and what I'm going to do here is, after I peel the parchment paper off, I am going to dust the top of this off with some powdered sugar cornstarch mixture again, and that will help me with cutting because I'm having more powder in between the marshmallow and my knives, and it does help to be able to pull your knife without the marshmallow sticking. And I did use the serrated knife to score to give me some cutting guidelines, and then I used the non-serrated knife to cut these, and I oiled my knives and coated them with the powdered sugar cornstarch mixture. Look how nice and spongy these are. I'm telling you, these came out so delicious. So now what you want to do is, after you cut them, you want to place them in your bowl with the powdered sugar cornstarch mixture and coat them. And they do have a lot on them already, so you may just need to feel them around to see if there's any wet parts that the powder did not stick to. So when you're storing them, they're not sticking. And to store these, you want to place them in an airtight container, and they should last you a pretty long time. And here they are. Don't they look delicious? Isn't this a fun recipe? Again, I'm going to be sharing with you on my next video fun ideas for these, not just as a tasty snack, but as a gift or an activity, a family fun night, or for Christmas gifts. And I'm going to be showing also how to use these for a gender reveal, all kinds of activities. So please stay tuned. And everybody, thank you again for rolling with me. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I will see you on the next one.